Hello everyone. Today I will introduce you to everyone. The story of a demon in the monastery. The Nun, the horror elements of the movie, surely will make fans of horror movies feel satisfied. Let's start the movie. Frenchie is the one transporting the fruits and vegetables to the monastery. One time, behind the gate of the monastery, he discovers a nun hanged herself. For nuns, suicide is the most serious sin of the 10 unforgivable sins. So this certainly has aggregated. The Holy See sends Father Burke and Sister Irene, come and investigate this, because they don't understand this place well. So he asks Frenchie to be his guide. Frenchie usually works for money, but this time, seeing the sweet and beautiful Irene, he agrees unconditionally. The first thing Frenchie does is to find a vehicle for them, because this is a poor wilderness, so he could not find a better vehicle. They can only ride a cargo truck. Father Burke and Sister Irene don't mind. They just want to hurry up and finish their work, but they haven't even got in the car yet. Then the car runs away. Father Burke does not expect this to be just a joke from Frenchie. To the monastery, only a full cross is visible outside. Frenchie explains that doing so to suppress demons, but obviously, it doesn't work. Frenchie ships the abbey for 2 years. During this time period, he has never seen any people, not to mention the devil. After finding the hanged nun, he tries to contact people in the monastery, but no one answers. Father Burke inquires about the place of the body. Frenchie says that to prevent the body from being rotten, the monastery places the nun in an ice cellar. Frenchie is threatened with trembling, because he lays the nun by his own hand, but now the body is in a sitting position. Father Burke witnesses many bizarre things, so he is not surprised. Father gently walks to the body, and finds the key in the nun's hand. Then they carefully bury the body. Then comes the scene of the crime. The body has been suspended for many days, but the blood stains on the steps are still not dry. This is definitely caused by the devil. Entering the monastery, the cold wind blows. The living room is full of cobwebs. This absolutely does not like where people are. On the bench, a monstrous black veil woman is sitting. She claims to be a nun in the monastery. The black veil nun says confusing words. Father Burke asks to meet the other nuns, to conduct an investigation. But the black veil nun refuses. She says that the nuns have to do evening prayers, so she tells them to stay still at night, in the house next to the gate, away from the monastery wall. Frenchie is afraid of staying in the monastery, but Father Burke and Sister Irene still want to spend the night in this place. In the dark, Frenchie alone takes the light out of the monastery, but when arriving at the gate, he is shocked, because he sees the shadow. Thinking that he sees a ghost, he runs away. Frenchie hastily pulls up the cross at the gate burial. May God protects him. He wonders if Father Burke and Sister Irene spend the night here, will they be able to sleep well? Midnight. Suddenly there is a strange noise outside the door. Father Burke takes out a flashlight to check it out, but there is some magic power. Drags him down a prepared pit. Father Burke is locked in a coffin. There is no way to escape. Sister Irene wakes up because of the noise as well. She takes the light and goes to the place where there is noise. Finally, she goes to the prayer room. Here she sees the nuns covered in a black veil, but she only sees the ball but not the person. Irene rushes out of the room. Outside the room is the cold cemetery. Of course Irene hears a sound. She knows that Father Burke is buried in the ground. She frantically calls out, looks at the graves spread across the ground. Sister Irene is completely disoriented. Hearing Irene's call, Father Burke uses force to smash the lid of the coffin. In countless gravestones, Irene finally finds the place where Father Burke is buried. While he is in danger because of being attacked by demons, Irene throws a shovel into the lid of the coffin to drive away from the devil. After leaving, Father Burke looks inside the coffin, and finds some white bones and an ancient book. Early the next morning, the two return to the monastery, to quickly investigate the case. They know they can't stay for long at this place. They divide into 2 directions to investigate. Father Burke goes to the library to find the materials. Sister Irene goes to find the nuns to find out about the situation. The nuns here are just as bizarre as monasteries. They know nothing but demons have escaped. Irene has to stay in this place to sleep. Frenchie worries about Irene after he leaves, so he decides to go back to that scary monastery. That night, Irene has a nightmare, so she wakes up. As soon as she opens her eyes, she sees a nun sitting in her room to pray. Irene walks over to talk. Then that nun disappears. But in the blink of an eye, it appears behind Irene. Then disappears again. The door behind Irene suddenly opens. There is a sound coming from inside the door calling her. Although she knows that it is a dangerous place, but Irene couldn't control herself. She takes the candle and enters. The scene inside is extremely scary. Irene shouts in panic. Suddenly, someone gags her and pulls her into a corner. It turns out that it is a nun in the monastery. She tells Irene to come to church to pray. Father Burke also encounters scary things. The devil attacks him so he almost loses his life. Fortunately, Frenchie appears in time to save him from the accident. Irene is standing by the abyss right now. The nuns pray to her. All are thrown away by the power of the devil. Father Burke and Frenchie show up in time. She says she is praying with the nuns. But when looking back, she does not see anyone. The whole church is quiet. There is also a dead body on the floor. At this moment, Irene seems to understand that all is just an illusion. Starting from the first day they arrive here, everyone they have seen are incarnations of demons. The nuns here are all dead. This place has many unexplained mysteries. The body in the monastery may have been taken over by demons. Father Burke is preparing for a demonic disarmament ceremony. Then something happens. The demon manipulates the body to attack him. Fortunately, Frenchie uses a gun to shoot the burning body. Everyone is safe. Sister Irene finds out that demons refer to the body of the living person. The hanged nun, maybe as the last survivor of the monastery. She does not suicide but is giving herself. There is also no way the devil can escape. Frenchie is very scared to hear that. He just wants to quickly leave this place. But Irene stops him. She hopes he will stay to help them lock up the demon. Then they will leave together. Want to seal the devil? First of all, there must be the blood of Christ. The key that Burke's father finds finally can be used. Irene uses it to open the stone door. Having obtained the blood vessel of Christ, the three people continue to go inside. That is where the devil resides. Halfway through the road is covered by magic, making them automatically separate. Sister Irene is locked in a pentagram. She steps out in panic when she encounters nuns' souls. At the same time, Father Burke also encounters a demon attack. Only Frenchie holds the gun, so he is temporarily safe. Frenchie reaches the place where Irene is locked up. There are many nuns here, covering their face with blood-stained towels on their head. Hearing Irene calls for help, Frenchie takes up his courage and carefully steps forward, pulls down the face towel. At that time, Irene is no longer be herself. She is possessed by a demon. Seeing Frenchie, she screams. That scream is really terrible. It contains a stream of power, pushes him away, smashes his body against the stone pillar. When the devil does not pay attention, he pours the blood of Christ into his hands, then smears it on the devil's face. Thanks to that, it gets out of Irene's body, and shows the true form. Angry because Frenchie uses the blood of Christ, the devil turns to attack Frenchie. He could not resist, so he falls into a coma. Irene is blown and falls into the lake behind. The devil grabs Irene's neck aggressively, draws her in the water. Father Burke holds up his cross and recites verses, but he is also thrown away and hits the wall. Irene holds the pot of blood in front of the devil, but it snatches it away. Unexpectedly, she also has a preparation. Irene has blood in her mouth and sprays it in the demon's face. The power of Christ's blood has an immediate effect. The water in the lake is sucked up gradually. Demons also follow that and are locked in the ground. End of the movie. Frenchie sees Irene and Father Burke leave the convent. But the devil's story doesn't end like that. It turns out that it has haunted the Frenchie, and is quietly waiting for the chance to get out. The movie is over here. See you soon. Bye bye.